Welcome back to Judith Plains, Montana. I'm BP, and this is the 555 Challenge. Ran up to the bakery this morning and grabbed all of our bread to put into storage for us. Had a busy morning. As you can see, we got the new grass field all baled up. I got to run that down to the fermenting silo to make some silage. Also got our barley field sprayed for weeds. Got to get the versatile put away, and then it's November, so we've got to get to the cornfield, which is looking really, really good. So let's get some stuff going here. We should have canola oil to sell today. We'll have to watch the price, maybe check that when we get up here and get the bread put in. But it is a busy fall day here on the farm. So, first order of business, let's get the bread off the trailer. I think we got to swing out here and try to get squared up just a little bit. Alright, let's leave that there. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to get the door open in hopes of getting the trailer all the way back in. Alright, let's see. Did we straighten out enough? Can we hook this trailer in? That is the big question. Now, there's a chance. May have to do a quick pull-up. Let's see. And I think we're going to have to pull up just a little bit. There we are. Get all of that. Oh, we lost one. Always that shelf on the back edge that gets us. Got it in a little bit harder. Perfect. And then our one straggler pallet here. I think we're closing our truck in the door. There we go. That'll fix that problem. So coming back here, 59 pallets, 2 pallets of eggs, 56 pallets of bread, and 1 pallet of goat's milk. We have got the first rack filled up and are working on the next one. Looking good in that regard. Go ahead and get back in the truck. Pull up a little bit. We'll get the door closed. All right. Let's get that door closed. Keep the cold air in and the goods fresh. Okay, so I think the next order of business is going to be get the harvester and the quad track and the big truck over to the corn field. So let's maybe stash this guy here out of the way. Let's go grab some equipment to get started here. Yep, there is the versatile we used to get the spraying done this morning on the barley field. I gotta tell you guys, those weeds came in quick and heavy. Mostly on the old area, obviously, because the new area we plowed up so it would not have weeds. Oh, thought we were disconnected there. Oh, we're doing a dance. That's an interesting... A very interesting little movement there. Okay. Get the old case out, head over to the field. Check out what this looks like. Not too shabby. And I think we're going to redo the course play course for this because we tried to get it done the other day and it was just at the far end. It's just not where I want it to be. So let's unfold the header. Let's unfold the harvester. Get everything in order here. Let's get on to the field. Got a little cut in there. That'll work. Make sure our straw is staying on the field. Here we go. So, jump into the course play menu. Fieldwork Headlands 3, Square 0. That's what we're looking for. Do I have the direction set to manual? I do. And I think that's going to be the direction we want. It is. Okay, let's get that started. Okay, we're on field 54. And we're looking at harvesting. We got to get rid of this old course because we don't need it anymore. Yep, go ahead and delete that one. Change modes. Save course. Let's go. Save course. Corn on 54. Okay. Perfect. Got to the first headland. We are good. Now we run back and grab our quad track, get hooked up to the grain cart, and bring that over to do some carting, along with the Volvo attached to the trailer so we can get all of that great corn in. We got to do some corn drying today. Got to do some corn. Just transition over to the whiskey factory. Get it taken care of. So swinging up through here. Go ahead and grab our Hallmaster trailer. Beautiful. Get this guy out to the field. And then we are looking at canola oil. We got to bring in the grass bales. Got a couple of things to do, but we should be in pretty good shape for the day. Now, as always, we want to verify that this guy is set up on this field. This horseplay doesn't always switch fields for you. There we go. Nice and easy. And he can just start his job and be ready to go. He should be turned off by the time we get back. And last but not least for the corn harvest, let's grab the Volvo. It's just, I told you guys, it's going to be a busy, busy day. Where did we leave the Volvo? The Volvo is connected to the flatbed and has grass on it. So we need to head out over there and grab that guy. That's where he is. That's why I can't find him. All right, so running along here. Yep, tractor's turned off there. Means it's doing its job. It knows what it's supposed to do. It's waiting for the call. The grass field expansion over here seemed to have gone really, really well. We got a lot of grass off this field. 318,500 liters. That is a lot of grass, guys. You can see we cut it all, and it came up really nice with 100% fertilization, lime rolled. It was just in really good shape, a very high-yielding field, a great addition to the farm. Expect this to generate, well, we may use some of the silage for TMR, but I expect this to generate about $45,000 worth of silage. So that is a nice addition. That's almost 1 month's payment on our loan. So just having that extra cut coming in and creating some more income is a big positive for us. So get him down here and into the silo. All right, this is always got to ride the fence line here. It is a narrow little turn here. Oh, missed just one. Okay, all of that's in there. Let's get the step deck parked up and out of the way. I don't think we'll use that the rest of today, so we should be good in that regard. Gotta sort of duck in around the silo with the camera here. Oh, too much moving the camera, not enough paying attention to the trailer. Let's get zoomed in a little more, make it easier. Alright, yeah, there's a tree there. I agree. I agree. Just missing the shed. Okay. Make sure that's all the way under. Get it out of the weather. Alright, and now over to our trailer. To get this hooked up, and I'll be right back with you guys when we're at the field. Pulling up to the field now, guys. Looks like we have our first empty on the harvester going on with the grain cart over there. That is good news. Means I'll be ready for this guy real soon. Okay, so we are making progress. Let's run back now. Just make sure everything's running smoothly over here. Yep, harvester's back off and doing its thing. Grain cart's ready to go. Excellent. Let's get the versatile put away, and while we're working on that, we can check the price of the canola oil and see where we are there. Today should be the best price. We'll have to wait and see. So, time-saving stock check says, let's see, canola oil, $19.57, and on its way down. That's interesting because that is not the best price. $19.51 and on its way up. $19.47. So yeah, we got some improved values on the way. We'll bump the time scale up here a little bit and get to the afternoon. While we're working on that, let's get everything rinsed off here. It was a dirty job spraying all those weeds. Oops, didn't mean to jump in. Oh, now we got to change the controls on the pressure washer. Okay, there we go. Get that nice and rinsed off, cleaned up. Try to keep the farm looking good. Alright, good enough. Let's get the sprayer tucked back into the shed. And then we'll go start collecting the canola oil. We should at least have it on the truck and on the trailer, so that when it's time, we are ready to go. This one we sort of put caddy corner in here. Try to get the sprayer and the fertilizer spreader into this shed with enough room to also get the tractor pulled in a little bit. So wonderful. That is very, very good. All right. So, we'll swing back by and check on the corn harvest on our way out of here. The Magnum has been doing a great job getting all the mowing done, all the baling done. That tractor has turned into quite the workhorse for us. So, head up to our truck and jump on in. Not sure why we got straps on. We'll get those turned off. Okay, let's try this for a minute. So I'm going to head down to the oil shop and pick up all of our oil, have it ready to go, and I will probably swing back with you guys when we have that oil set and ready, or it's time to sell it, or if there's something on the cornfield we need to update on. We will have to do a little bit of some back of the napkin type math to figure out what we're going to do with the corn. If I remember correctly from the whiskey recipe from last time, it is 1/3 dried corn to 2/3 regular corn. So if you put 20 regular corn in, it should take 10 dried corn. So like I guess it's technically a 2-to-1 ratio, but as far as our total corn, we're going to divide it into thirds and put 2/3 directly in and dry 1/3. So we'll have to figure out how much yield we get and get some in the dryer so we can get back on the whiskey, because I do believe the whiskey sale is sometime in the spring. I think it's pretty early on in the year, so we want to have that done and ready to go. So I'm going to go pick up the oil, and I'll bring you guys back when there's a couple updates to go over. See you real soon. Alright guys, it is 4 in the afternoon, and it is time to sell the oil. So we are headed up to the Moccasin Strip Mall to sell the oil. It's $19.94. Best price will be $19.84. We're making $10 a pallet more than we should be or should expect to at the top of the market. This is going to be quite the drive up there, and guys, the loading of this oil is not great. I mean, it's okay, but as you can see, there's a bunch of gaps and holes and unlevel spots, and that just seems to be the way these pallets are loading right now. So we're going to do our very best, take our time, not going to push it too much, just make sure we get up there in one piece, because I can only imagine what 64,000 liters of oil weigh on the back of this truck, and we do not want to be pulling this thing back onto its wheels on the side of the road after we tip it over. So I've got 10,800 feet to go till we get there, so I imagine it's up in town. I will bring you guys back when we're approaching the Moccasin Strip Mall, and we'll get all this sold and show you guys how much money we make. Alright guys, driving by the field, they are still making good progress on the harvest. Looks like they're just about halfway done, if I had to guess. Maybe not quite, but getting there. So let's get up here into town and figure out where the Moccasin Strip Mall is. I'm wondering if it's down back by the bank, behind the bakery maybe. We've not been there before, but man, guys, look at that waterfall in the fall sunset. That is beautiful. Sorry, getting distracted by the scenery here. So anyways, yeah, I don't know if the Moccasin Strip Mall is down back behind the bakery, or if it's maybe down by Tractor Supply. Just trying to figure out. I'm not sure we've seen it, or maybe it is where the bakery is. Maybe that's, I don't know. We'll figure that out quickly here. Was taking a look at the truck and the trailer, and our repair bar is getting awfully darn close to the bottom. I'm thinking when we get this stuff sold, we probably need to do a little bit of preventive maintenance on some of our equipment. Been holding off on doing a lot of that just because of the cost and trying to get ahead a little bit on the financials, but I do think it's about time to do that. I also want to share with you guys, we have hit the maximum number of chickens. So we have 500 chickens, and so our excess animals are being sold every month. I will have to start going through and rotating roosters. Okay, got to pay attention here, because the roosters won't breed with their own offspring. So we'll have to figure out getting some new roosters in there to keep them breeding, so we keep getting eggs. So it might be time for some headlights here. Alright, so it is right down here by the bank. Gonna have to swing out here. Maybe we shouldn't swing out. Maybe we should back in. Thinking maybe that's gonna be a better plan. Because if we pull in forwards, I'm afraid we're gonna have to drive on that guy's field to get everything unloaded. Let that kick over just a little bit. Alright, I'm hoping the trigger is right there where it says everything is. Yep, we're selling. Oh yeah, 48.15. Alright, so there we go. I think we had about $14,000. Now we have 141. So we made, what, $127,000 on the sale of the oil. That is great money, and definitely going to help us with our monthly payments on the loan, get us covered for a little bit. We got to start building up a stockpile of cash here, guys, so we can buy another field. I haven't had much luck finding one Right now, we really can only afford to buy very, very small fields. It'd be really nice to pick up another cornfield this fall. I just don't think we have the money to do it. When we get back to the farm, we'll take a quick look and see if there's a field out there that might work that hasn't been harvested. But if we could pick up a harvest-ready cornfield, that would leave us in really good shape and boost our whiskey production, which is another one of our really big money makers. So, you know, between the oils and the whiskey and the silage, I think we're at the point where we are very slowly getting ahead of our loan payments and starting to put money back into the bank so we could actually afford to buy something. So hopefully that continues. We did get a bunch of silage made while I was down at the oil factory. Yeah, see, what do we have going on here? Like, what is this field? So that is sorghum, and it's ready to harvest. Yield bonus is only 57%. Not a great field. I'd love to buy something near us, but quite frankly, we really can't. Beggars can't be choosers. We can sort of have to buy what we can afford, and if we have to put the harvester on the trailer and drive it down through town or around out back, well, that's just what we're going to have to do in order to get that next field. And then maybe over time we harvest it for a couple of years and then sell it and buy something closer when we have more money. But we are going to be very limited in our field options because a lot of fields on this map are, you know, a couple $100,000, and we just don't have that kind of money. Guys, that is a nice looking harvest right there. Look at that. The sun's low. Nice cool fall day. Looking sharp out there. The equipment is running well. Makes me happy to see the farm working the way it should. So let's jump out here and take a quick peek at the fields that might be available to us and see if anything in there makes any sense at all to pick up. So jump out of here, and while we're doing that, you know what, I'm going to run over here and just let's go over and watch the harvest here a little bit while we check in on everything. Let's see, maybe we can grab a spot in the harvester and just let that guy go up and down. We'll just jump in and take a ride with the worker. All right, not too bad. So as far as land options go, head into the PDA. We want something that is, man, there's a lot of harvest-ready fields. Like field 53, $318,000, guys. That'd be a perfect field right next to us. It has, what is it? Oh, it's wheat, or I'm sorry, it has cotton in it. We don't want to harvest cotton, guys. That's not going to do us any good. So I'm trying to figure out, like, field 43, 167. So what's in field 43? 43 is grass, which isn't terrible, but I'd rather get something. Let's see, where are the cornfields? All right, so we got 33, 45, and field 2. Field 33 is 258,000. Field 2 is 186. I mean, we could get real close to that, but I don't think we're going to be able to purchase that. Field 45, 357. Anything up top in corn, 85 and 82. I think they have 471, 512. Man, those are going to be expensive. I mean, I guess we could see, this is a grass field, field 64. We could buy that, cut it, and then put corn in it. That wouldn't be the end of the world either. We get some silage off of it, but that is, yeah, I mean, that is a tough spot to be. Field 42, 104,000. That is a tiny little field, and it's cotton. Of course, it's cotton, so which is something we just can't even begin to handle. So just trying to figure out fields. Yeah, field 64 is a grass field. Field 78. What's growing in there? That is that alfalfa? No, that's clover again. Yeah, I think our best bet would probably be to buy field 64 right across the way for it's 246. Man, that is expensive, guys. Trying to find something. Got an open lot here for 174. Like truly open? Could we put a field in here? I can plow up a field. That's not the end of the world. There's just no harvest on it. Let's see. Let's pop up and take a look. Yeah, I mean, this is a great piece of land. There's just no harvest to give us any money up front. So that's going to be tough. So yeah, as of right now, I'm not sure it makes sense to buy anything. I really want to. We'll have to take a look and see. I think we have a couple more things coming up in this, or coming up for sale here that'll be helpful. Bread will be January, and we have that also. It'll actually be December, which is next month, another 100,000. We're going to have a little bit of cash. We might even be pushing $200,000 in cash. The problem is, you put all that into a field. Once again, we go broke getting that done. So we'll just have to keep checking on it. Do have 15,000 liters of milk that we do need to sell when the time comes. So we'll check that out. And then silage, 261,000 liters so far. And that will sell for 32,000. And I believe we still have, still 53,000 liters of grass in there. So we are in good shape. So I'm going to let this guy keep working the field. I'll bring you guys back in when we are loading up the corn and taking it back to the dryer. And we'll make our plan for our whiskey production for the year. And that'll pretty much wrap us up at that time. So I'll see you guys real soon. Just grabbing a little bit of cleanup here around the ends of the rows, guys. Get everything collected up and get all the corn put into the Volvo. And then we can make our final count on the harvest and decide what we're going to do with the corn we have. So let's get the header folded up. Let's get the pipe on out. Oh, I bet we're full. I bet that's the issue, huh? Okay, so let's do our total count here. We have 15,753 in the hopper. Should have 73 here, so that's 88,000 and change. And then in the grain cart, so 88 plus, what do we have here? Another 46, so that's 128, 134,000 liters of corn. That is a great harvest, guys. So that's going to put us at, let's see, about 43,000 per third. So 43,000 needs to go into the corn dryer, and the rest can go into the whiskey production. So I will get this guy. Let's actually just take this guy over right now. Let's drive the grain cart down there. And we need 43,000 liters in the dried corn. Actually, a little more because it produces a little bit less. So let's just put all 46,000 liters into the dryer. And we'll get that started. And that will be good enough for this episode. Got a lot done. Got some stuff sold. Got corn harvested. Already have the Magnum out there on the field working to get the corn stalk bales up and made up, and then we'll collect them up at the end here, so we have lots of bedding for our animals. All right, so let's go ahead and get that put in. Let's get our corn dryer turned on, and that is going to be on distributing, so that's going straight into the whiskey production. The whiskey production has just a tiny bit of corn. We got to get the barley moved over there as well. So let's see about getting over to our truck. And let's go ahead and put that in. There's the Magnum with the baler on it. Grabbing all those corn stalks to make into bedding for our animals. And this is a heavy load. The Volvo is complaining. And I've said it before, this is a 500 horsepower tractor trailer. It has a lot of power, and still all that corn just weighs us down. So we're going to get the 73,000 liters of corn in here, put into the Jack Daniels facility. I'll probably keep the corn in the hopper of the harvester in the silo just to see how the corn drying goes. If we lose a little bit extra, I can always make a little extra dried corn, and that way we have control. Boy, that guy's, I'm getting passed on the right here, guys. That way we have control over what we do at the end, and we don't end up with a whole bunch of corn or dried corn stuck in the whiskey production and not able to be used. What did we hit there, guys? There's nothing there. Some weird collisions on this map sometimes. So, corn going into the whiskey production. And guys, that's where we're going to call it. So thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to drop a like and turn on notifications for more videos. And we'll see you in the next one.